Hello gamers, it's your boy Fred Wardo, coming at you with a different type of Runescape content today. Here is my video guide for the new Runescape quest, Dead and Buried. This quest focuses on strengthening your fort with a new archery building and learning about the mysterious past of the raptor. During this quest, we will also unlock the coveted Archery Workshop building. If you're here just for the workshop building, feel free to end the video once we reach it. This quest features heavy spoilers from the Fort Forinthry questline, so viewer discretion is advised. With that out of the way, let's dive on in! To begin Dead and Buried, you must have at least level 50 construction and have completed the previous quest, Unwelcome Guests. For this quest, you will need 6 stone segments, or 24 limestone bricks, and 14 acacia frames, which is 168 acacia logs. You will need these to construct the new building. However, they're not needed at the beginning of the quest, so you can wait on this if you like. Also, don't forget that if you forget these numbers at any point, you can look at them in your quest journal. You can begin the quest by talking to the raptor, who's in their regular location in front of the guardhouse. After accepting the quest, walk over to the town hall building and click on the white circle outside of the door to start a cutscene. Once inside town hall, talk to the Herald of Varrock to begin dialogue, where you will then talk to Aster and Overseer Civ. After finishing your conversations, you will enter an interview with the new character Sophia. Ask her whatever questions you like, and then conclude the interview. I like the dialogue and would recommend asking all the questions, but they don't really have an impact on the rest of the quest, so skip them if you like. After concluding the interview with Sophia, go ahead and talk to Bill and have him draw up plans for the new Archery Workshop. You are now free to construct the Archery Workshop. Woohoo! If you already have the materials, go ahead and construct the building using the blueprint table next to Bill and start construction to the left of the guardhouse. And if we don't have the materials, time to get them. If you are rolling in GP like Scrooge McDuck, you can buy acacia frames directly from the Grand Exchange. You need 14. Or if you're poor like me, or an Iron Man, you can get acacia logs from Menaphos in the Imperial District near the Pool of Water. You can also buy limestone bricks in large quantity from Bill by right-clicking on him and selecting the trade option. You can cut your 24 limestone bricks into 6 stone wall segments using the apparatus near Bill if you like. And if you're a log champer like me, you can take your freshly cut acacia logs and turn them into planks, and then refined planks, and then into frames. If that sounds awful, you can make it slightly less awful using protean planks, as they stack, unlike regular acacia planks. Then, just like before, go to the blueprint table next to Bill and begin construction. Do that for a while, and eventually you'll have a brand spanking new building where you can whittle wood until you die of old age. If you just wanted the workshop, congrats, you got it. Fulela. You are now free to upgrade your building and fletch to your heart's content. If you're heading off the video now and found this helpful, please consider liking, commenting, whatever. I'd love some feedback, and it would give me a better idea of what kind of content people like. Alright, enough of that, let's continue the quest. Now that your fletching building is done, go ahead and find Sophia next to the brick wall and talk with her. After this, you're going to want to go over to the raptor again, and they will tell you to head north to the crypt. From this point of the quest forward, there is a bit of combat, so bringing some combat gear and a few pieces of food would not hurt. However, I didn't end up using any food, but it might be a good idea to have some if you're a little bit of a lower level. Make sure to leave at least 10 inventory spaces open for the puzzles ahead. Once you have your items, go ahead and leave FoFo through the north gate, walk over to the crypt, and click on the white circle to enter. However, be aware of the spooky boys outside. They hurt if you are low level. Once inside the crypt, the raptor will tell you to build a bridge over some lava. You will notice a wooden frame construction hotspot similar to the ones that you've been using to construct the building so far. You need 9 pieces to make the bridge. Go ahead into the lower area south of the raptor and click on the spooky holes to gather 6 material pieces. You can tell which holes you still need to search by the funky blue gas hanging around outside of them. After you collect all 6 pieces, 3 undead enemies will appear. Defeat them to get the final 3 pieces. After you have all 9 pieces, head back up towards the bridge to begin construction. After you finish constructing the bridge, walk across it and interact with the door. Then, have your character interact with the left pillar. Click on the raptor and move the raptor to the right pillar. Take your character and click on the door again to receive a dice-like object called a Dragonkin device. It should look like a D&D dice. Finish your convo with the raptor, then use your favorite teleport method to Varrock. Once you're at Varrock, mosey on over to the library in the back of the Varrock castle. Don't forget to click on the white circle outside of the door, then go inside the library and talk to Reldo. After a bit of dialogue, he'll give you a purple potion of restless sleep. Go ahead and drink it, Then click on the Dragonkin device to teleport to a new area. Once inside, go ahead and speak to the raptor, and it's puzzle time, baby! For this portion of the puzzle, you will have to control both your character and the raptor, and move them onto switches across the map. Begin by moving your character to one of the switches near the entrance on the left. Then, left-click on the raptor to switch, and move the raptor to the other spot near the gate. The white gate in front of the boulder should disappear, and now it's up to you to move the boulder. It's important to note here that the raptor cannot move any of the boulders because they'll explode them, I guess, so you have to move them with your character. Right-click on the boulder to pull it, trust me, don't push it, pushing it sucks, and bring it towards the second gate with another boulder in it. Move the boulder forward towards the second gate and put it on one of the switches. Then move your characters onto the remaining 2 switches. This will make the second white gate disappear, giving you a second boulder. Go ahead and move both of those boulders towards the 4 switches at the third gate and move both of your characters onto the remaining 2 switches. Order doesn't matter here. After a short cutscene, continue to the second area for another puzzle. Have the raptor stand on a switch and then use your character to push the boulder to the gate and onto a switch, while the raptor stays in place. After moving the first boulder, repeat this process for the second boulder and move your characters to the open 2 slots. After another short cutscene, proceed to the third area. After you enter the third room, go ahead and take the raptor and move them onto the switch closest to the entrance. A boulder will pop up on the other side of the wall, which you will then move to the spot where the raptor is. Go ahead and bring the boulder right next to the raptor and then move the raptor onto the second spot and move the boulder into the spot the raptor was on. Move your character onto the third switch spot and an additional cutscene will play. A second boulder will appear after the cutscene ends, which you can then move onto one of the switches and take your character onto the final switch. The gate will open. After this, go ahead and walk towards the house and get an intense, spoilery lore bomb. I'll spare you the details here. I recommend that you watch the cutscene yourself. After an emotional cutscene, you'll find yourself in a new area where you're tasked with defeating waves of nightmare enemies. These enemies shouldn't prove too difficult, however you have to defeat them in a specific way. You must first lower their health on your character, then switch to the raptor for a finishing blow, kinda like a Slayer monster. After clearing out each room, you will then have to click on a pillar of light where you will talk to an NPC from the Fort Forinthry questline. All 3 rooms are pretty similar, just the second and third room have more enemies, so it might take a little bit longer. Once you finish your third pillar of light, a wall will appear. Go ahead and click it, and you'll get some additional lore, and then you and the raptor will be transported back to the library. The raptor will then ask to meet you at the crypt, so go ahead and teleport back to Fort Forinthry and walk to the crypt from there. Clicking on the white circle once you get to the crypt. Once inside, walk back across the bridge and interact with the Dragonkin door from before. You will now enter a new room with a map in the center. Walk towards and interact with this map, and you'll find out that the undead have stolen some pieces of it. You will then have to go to all 4 corners of the map and liberate the pieces from them. They should be pretty easy, and they're in clumps of 2 or 3, so just walk to each of the corners and find them using the yellow dots on your minimap. Once you've looted all 10 pieces, go ahead and bring them back to the center of the map, and we can do the slide puzzle. If you want, you can also click on the dragon mural to get some additional lore, but that's not required. This is a slide puzzle, which means you have to create a picture by moving the pieces around one by one. You'll notice that a lot of the pieces have these white lines on their edges. Those are the edge pieces of the map. I would recommend starting with those pieces and then working inside. Note that the corner pieces have 2 of their edges painted white, so it should be pretty easy to tell at least where those pieces go. I don't want to bore you with my long puzzle solution, so here's a picture of the completed puzzle. You'll see from this picture that this is a map of the Lunar Isles, so if you want to try the puzzle or you're getting a little bit confused on where the pieces go, don't be afraid to look at your world map to get another reference. Once you've finished the slide puzzle, go ahead and talk to the raptor again and return to FoFo. Once you've arrived, go ahead to the operations building and talk to Overseer Civ. Once you finish with Civ, head back to the raptor and complete the quest. Congratulations everybody, you have just completed Dead and Buried. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to try a different video, and I happened to do this quest on the day it dropped, so I thought it would be fun to try a guide. Let me know what you think, and I'd be happy to try more in the future if this is something that you guys want more of. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Fulela!